Hello, VEDA Day 10. I found out something to talk about today, and that is in reference to my baby, of course. I mean, how could I not? Oh, anyway, we went out to breakfast today, and what I hear often from people when they strike up conversations with us, because they do a lot, now that we have a baby, it's easier to talk to us, I guess. So we talk to people often out in the street and stuff, and we always get this from them. Oh, you pick them up every time she cries. You're going to spoil her. She's got you spoiling her already. They need to learn to cry it out. They need to work out them lungs. You should let them cry it out. They need to learn how to self-soothe. They need to learn that mommy and daddy are not going to be there all the time when she cries. Now, if you're watching this, you probably have heard this before, and you probably, maybe, even believe this yourself. But I want to ask you why. I want to ask you to think about this for a minute and tell me why this makes sense to you. Because to me, to let a baby cry it out means that she's learning that she can't trust her primary caregivers in her life. The people who are supposed to be there for her to ensure that she's going to live and survive, when they don't come, she doesn't have the brain development to know and to logically weigh it out and be like, oh, my mommy's just in the other room. I really don't need to be fussing like this. She'll be back in a minute. No, they don't think like that. You know, my 2-month-old is not manipulating me. Like Mike says all the time, she doesn't even realize at this point that she has hands. She hasn't even figured out that they're there. But yet she's going to manipulate me because she cries and I pick her up. That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Because maybe that is exactly why we live in the type of world we do today. Because generations and generations of people actually think it's logical to let your newborn baby sit in a room and cry it out because it's good for them, because they need to self-soothe. I think that the self-soothing that develops because our primary caregivers do not attend to us when we are panicked are bad neurotic behaviors, drug addictions, and habits that are unhealthy. Cigarettes and alcohol and too much TV and too many video games and not being able to relate to people and not being able to trust people, not being trustworthy or relatable or reliable yourself. Why in the world would a 2-month-old be manipulating me? A baby cries because they need something. A baby cries because they're hungry and they need to be fed. They're gassy and it hurts, or they're scared because they have no idea what is going on with their body, or because they want to be held, or their diaper is wet. And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry that I think that a baby should be picked up every time it cries. I don't think there's anything wrong with showing a baby that you are going to be there for it, no matter what, whenever it's fussy, giving it love and warmth and cuddles when it's uncomfortable and frightened about what's going on in the world, because for some reason people think that babies should comprehend and understand the way an adult does. And you can tell because the way women in supermarkets and shopping malls yell and talk to their children, their 3-year-olds and 5-year-olds, as if they should understand what the heck is going on around them. It makes absolutely no sense. There's a baby in the bathroom just barely learning how to pull up its pants, but the mother is in the stall yelling at her to hurry up, quit dilly-dallying. Geez, Mom, I don't even know how to pull my pants up yet. Are you serious? People, really think about this, because I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. We do the attachment parenting, the co-sleeping, the baby wearing. She is being worn or touched by us at least 95% out of every day. And the only time she's not is when she's happy to be put in her bouncer. And I think that that does more good for the world and for the collective conscious of people if more people were taken care of like that. And that's just my opinion. It's not me being on a high horse and saying that my way is better. But, okay, let's say you're an adult, right? Or you're at least a teenager watching this, or something of a grown-up status. And when you cry, you like to be held, don't you? when you're upset or scared, you like people to put their arms around you and comfort you, don't you? I mean, and if you don't, it's because you're too afraid or something. But I'm sorry. A baby is not manipulating me, and I'm not going to spoil my child. That's it for today. I will see you tomorrow.